Hey YouTube, I'm back. This is DJ the Bondsman, dropping another video. It's been a minute. Had a few things on my mind. This is more entertainment, politics worthy. You know we're getting into the election season, and you know it's gonna get ramped up with the advertisements, the campaigns of both parties. You're gonna start seeing a lot of more commercials on TV and the internet, wherever you view any type of information, social media, as far as politics. And you can tell it's ramping up because you're hearing the calls of racism now. All you're hearing about is racism on the internet and TV. It's beginning again, and we all know, unfortunately, there's probably going to be a martyr in this. So somebody that gets killed by a cop, that it's going to be a black person more than likely getting killed by a cop that's going to be white, or white Hispanic, or white Asian person is going to kill a black person. He's going to be in law enforcement, and they're going to try to ride that to the bank again. You know how they do it, just like unfortunately with the untimely demise of George Floyd, and they bankroll and ate off that. Pretty much the white liberals did all into election season. That's what they do. That's the normal playbook. David Carroll talked about this before he passed, rest in peace, about that's a normal playbook. Basically, hey, we're gonna just eat off of black suffering. They run the racism playbook every time. Racism. Vote for us because whatever Republican candidate, just plug him in. He's racist. He's a bigot. Blah 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 blah. They're even still talking about Nikki Haley. Like, Nikki Haley is irrelevant. She's a rhino. She's pretty much a Democrat. She's one of them, pretty much. She's just Hillary Clinton with an R beside her name. Bought and paid for by the military-industrial complex. And we already knew that, but Vidic just put it all the way out there on the campaign trail and in the debates. But that's just a little short. I'm about two and a half minutes in. What I'm coming to talk about is what I've been seeing for quite some time now, and you probably have also. If you were a fan of the Breakfast Club and or a fan of Charlamagne the God, what I'm talking about is the disingenuous nature of my guy C the God, or Charlamagne the God. What I'm talking about today is Charlamagne the God knows what's going on in politics. He knows what's going on. I'm coming today to talk to you about the secret relationship he has with the DNC, the Democratic National Convention of the Democratic Party. I'm coming today to talk to you about that secret relationship between those two. I was watching Charlamagne the God back. I wasn't really watching, but you know, you hear sound bites and you hear stuff he says when he was on the Wendy Williams show. I remember him I didn't watch Wendy Williams, but I'd catch him when there was something inflammatory said, pretty much about Wendy Williams. And he'll be there and he'll be just adding his 2 cents in or whatever. I'm like, oh, this guy's, wow, he's funny, you know. And then I really took a liking to him when him and Lil Duval had, I think it was called State of America. It used to be on YouTube, man. That was a good show. That really was a good show that they had going on. They was some of the first to just get it turned up just on YouTube, just like stuff I like to listen to from a black perspective. I used to be watching, love that show. Then him and Andrew Schultz got together on Brilliant Idiots, and I used to love that podcast. I used to really love it. And yeah, it was pretty much all good. I used to keep up with the Breakfast Club all day, every day, until about 2016. And you know, that was election. And it really wasn't, because I can understand if you had a bias towards Donald Trump then in 2016, because you didn't know him and the media spin was so heavy with negativity in regards to Orange Man Bad, you know. It was, just nonstop wall-to-wall coverage, negative energy towards Donald Trump. But I already saw past that because I had picked up on game and I had already knew what was going on back from '08. '08, 12, '08 when Obama first got elected. Then after, because I voted for Obama in 2008, 2012 it was Ron Daddy, Ron Paul. I was big into the Ron Paul movement. The RNC cheated him. He should have been the RNC nominee. Just give me a little brief history. And they really got him out of there. If you remember back when CNN, I think it was CNN, cut his feed one time when he was talking. But anyway, 2016, they were gonna try to pull the same thing. Well, they just didn't know how big Trump was. They thought it was a joke. He was gonna get beat in the primaries or whatever, but he didn't, and he had a massive following. They underestimated him, and they couldn't cheat him out of the RNC primary, just like how the Democrats did with Bernie Sanders. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't cheat him out and steal it from him. So Trump became the president. And this is where the secret relationship comes in. Charlamagne the God knows a little bit about history. C the God studied with the 5%ers from what he's saying. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't think he is a 5%er, but he knows the teachings. He knows a lot what's going on. He knows about all the education that a lot of people learned back in the day from the Black Dysphoria and Black News 101 and Black News 102, Red Pill, Blue Pill. All the master teachers from back in the day. They used to be on what's my guy? I can't think of his name right now. The dude, he used to have all the debates or whatever. I can't think of his name. When it comes to me, I'll let you know. But he knows what's going on. He knows like what's really, really, really going on. And the thing with Charlamagne is he's clicked in with the white liberal elite, pretty much. He's in there with Clear Channel. He's on Breakfast Club. He was doing the Daily Show. He had a series that's going go on HBO. He's had a few nighttime shows, but I stopped listening to see Charlamagne and them after election, and after you seen all the facts and stuff come out, just even into the 2020 election, when you had the TDS, the Trump derangement syndrome. It was so bad, it was ridiculous. You almost couldn't listen to it. Even when you have facts out about how you knew Russia collusion was fake, they still were going with it. Every little thing, they're still going with it. And they were pushing, you can tell they're obviously pushing DNC candidates. And I was like, that's not, I can understand if you're unaware and didn't really know. But see, the guy sits in the chair with Andrew Schultz and a lot of other guys that has logical thinking. And they know what's going on too. And this is not to say you don't have to be for Trump or for Biden or Republican or Democrat, but facts are facts, right is right, and wrong is wrong. And Charlamagne knows what's going on. And he pretty much knows that, just say in this instance, 2024, the election, if you're just doing facts and numbers, we're not talking about personalities and emotions, because when you go to the ballot box, it should never be about fact. It should never be about emotions or feelings or personal likes. It should be about facts and numbers, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That's how, in logic, that's what men did, what we did with logic. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at everything that's going on, just like with, open borders. That's like one of the number one issues, open borders. The ongoing hostilities in the Middle East. What else can we say? The rise in crime, the defund the police culture, the lawlessness, the lack of law enforcement, inflation, high gas prices, which goes along with inflation. High gas prices push up inflation, the housing market. Men and women bathrooms, men and girls bathrooms, men competing in women's sports. Everything that's negative, pushing of lewd and lascivious behavior on our children when they barely can pass math and reading proficiency tests. You know what I'm saying? It's everything that's going on as far as what the DNC is pushing is negatively impacting the black community and also the white community, every American community. When you talk about the DNC administration putting other countries before us, sending billions to Ukraine. I mean, I'm beating a dead horse. Sending billions to all these other countries in the Middle East. And you got homeless population that's out of control. You got homeless vets. You got people in need here in the United States. But you're sending money over there. You're taking care of illegal aliens when they come across the border. And you're not taking care of home first. And that's just logical. You cannot argue with that. That is totally wrong. There's no excuse for it. But we know what's going on. They're trying to pretty much collapse the economy. They're trying to collapse us and bring in the people that will. They're bringing in the people that will produce another terrorist attack. You know what I'm saying? For their benefit again. That's what I believe they're doing. Because it's just not poor and broke Hispanic women and children. You got a lot of military-aged men from all parts of the world coming across the southern border. And I believe they're planning for something big, whereas it could be almost a UN takeover. And a UN takeover in reference to say a natural disaster comes or happens, or a terrorist attack happens, and you're gonna have all these military-aged people from all over the world. I believe there are probably fighting battalions or fighting commands that's just ready for the word. And I believe they have arms, stocked up, radios, all type of communication devices that's in Faraday cages, Faraday boxes, ready to go in the event of an EMP attack, whether it's natural or man-made, you know, or them bringing down the internet. But I'm getting off a little far, but Charlamagne knows what's going on, and the reason why he won't have people like Candace Owens on, even though I'm just not a big fan of Candace Owens. Surprised he let Larry Elder on, but people like Candace Owens, he won't have Donald Trump on because Charlamagne knows where his bread is buttered. He can't have them on because his white liberal overseers would pretty much just cancel him. And they got the perfect thing. And see what people are realizing, why you like asking like, dang, why Charlamagne just don't, I ain't gonna say support Trump, but just give him a fair shake or a fair look and be like, yeah, hey, he has these policies, or I like this about him, or I like this about him. Everything has to be negative. He can't really give him any props or anything, or show a side where, oh, well, he did this good, and I like what he's doing right here at this policy, because his overseers and handlers will come down on him. And they got that one little thing hanging over his head. Well, one thing that we know, we don't know what else they got going on, what they know, it's the Jessica Reed deal. They got him right where they need him, where he's going to be their useful tool as much as possible. You see, he try to break away and try to act kind of biased, but even when he has a Republican on, his job is to question, and negate or be the devil's advocate to anything they say. Like when he had Vivek on, when he has Larry Elders, he'll listen. But he's always going to come back with the, well, what if this, or what if this, or I don't think this. He'll never agree that, hey, logically this choice is better for me, my family, my community, and America as a whole. Because if he just came out one day and say, hey, I hate Trump to death, but guess what, I'm voting for him. He can't say that. He can't say that, because if he did, he'll be canceled. He's in New York. They'll bring up charges with Jessica Reed. All of a sudden, I don't know how they'll do it. They'll move the case to New York and make Jessica Reed file a case up there, and all of a sudden, they'll start That's how the media controls you, and the DNC and the elite control you. They'll push this Jessica Reed story back out in the news. All of a sudden, you'll see her on The View. You'll see her on all the little talk shows, all the little the Shade Room, all the little blog sites that are paid by the DNC to push DNC propaganda or start pushing Jessica Reed. If Charlamagne went rogue and just said, "Hey, I don't like Donald Trump. I can't stand him as a person, but hey, I'm voting for him because he has better policy for America." It'll probably take about 6 months, but they'll start working. And Jessica Reed will come back up. She'll start trending again. She'll start doing interviews. They'll magically open the case back up. They'll reintroduce evidence to see about getting the case on him to get him out of here. And they'll cancel him. And he knows that. So he knows it's only so far that he can push it as far as talking to Republicans. And you see Democrats online, if you go read the comments a lot of times, "Oh, Charlamagne, I think you're a Republican now. I think you're a secret Republican. You're not helping us at all. You shouldn't be platforming all these Republican people. Da 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 da." And I'm like, dang, he put them on there, but he's not showing them any type of favoritism. It's not like he got Joe Biden on there, like a Republican on there, and he just tell him to his face, "You're not black. If you don't vote for me." Just imagine that a white person telling you you're not who you are because you won't do what they say. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. And ever since he didn't clap back or shut him down or go off and just pretty much ham on dude for doing that, you damn near, man, that should have been all-out war if a white person gonna tell you you're not who you are because you won't do what they say. Imagine that. And he pretty much let it slide. And the reason being, because he know he has those DNC handlers. Also, he got Angela Rye. She's a one-trick pony. She's just a Democrat, racism. I got to vote Democrat. No solutions. No, she's just pretty much a female Roland Martin that looks decent. You know what I'm saying? But she has no substance. She has no morals or respect for herself when she's pushing this Democrat. I ain't gonna say she's just getting paid. You got to be paid when you're sponsoring and you're promoting things and you claim you're pro-black. You can't be pro-black and support a party where all of their policies are anti-black when they all harm black people. You know what I'm saying? Just like illegal immigration harms black people, because the legal immigrants are not coming to the white, wealthy, elite neighborhoods. They're coming to the poor black communities. They're taking up your resources. They're going to the black schools where they're already overcrowded. You have the older schools and you might not have the best books and technology. They're coming to your schools, flooding your schools. They're coming to your neighborhoods. So when, just say you had 1,000 spots for housing in your city, and a lot of the houses in black incomes helping single mothers. Now, when you just say if you got 30 Hispanic illegal immigrant families that come in and take up 30 of them spots, it's 30 spots that black single females could have. Or now in the hospital rooms where you got them taking up emergency room spots. They're going to the black hospitals. They're going to the hospitals wherever we are, not where the white elite are, and where the white people go to schools. That their kids go to private schools. The legal immigrants can't go there. They're going to the public schools, which are already struggling. So, but like I said, anyway, Charlamagne is doing himself, well, I guess he's not doing himself a disservice because he's getting paid and making money. But I'm just telling you why he can't be fair and balanced and give his real opinion on what's going on in the world. And just even who he's voting for, telling you not to vote for. Like, because you don't have to vote for anybody, but you can clearly see the worst pick a person can make right now is voting for anything DNC, unless you want open borders, high gas prices, inflation, all the stuff I named earlier, all their policies, because we know it's not working. Under Orange Man Bad, everything was a lot better. You can't deny that. I mean, you can't deny it. It's just facts, and numbers tell it all. No, right now, my wife just called me. I spent $75 in the grocery store, and I didn't really get nothing but just a few snacks. And I got the cheap steaks. I didn't even get the expensive steaks today because we're supposed to be eating steaks tonight. You know what I'm saying? And he can't, though, because They know they have Jessica Reed over his head, so he has to do what they say. Because if they don't, they'll use that against him and crush him. Because you see how they fought for him, made it go away. I think he lost a deal on HBO because of the whole Jessica Reed thing. And this the other thing about Charlamagne. I used to fool with him heavy. I even bought his book. You know what I'm saying? I even bought his book. And I bought that even in a time where I couldn't get with him with the politics and how hard he was going on the other side. But I said, I still fool with him that much. I'm still going to buy his book and support him. So this message is to show that, like, hey, we know you're being held hostage over there. We know what you're doing for the bag, which, hey, it is what it is. I'm just outlining saying why you're doing this, because of Jessica Reed. And they got that over your head. And they know if you ever get out of line, they going to warm it up and put it on you, man. Pause. They going to get you up out of here. You seeing how they're trying to do Trump or anybody that doesn't go with the narrative, they're trying to get you up out of here. With any type of allegation. They got enough on you with Jessica Reed to get you up out of here, man. And that's what's going on with C to God. If you're always wondering why is he so TDS has Trump derangement syndrome. Because I bet you if you talk to him off air, off the record, because he's with Schultz all the time, Andrew Schultz doing shows. Andrew knows what's going on. He's not really political. He's not super pro-Trump or Biden anything, but he sees what's going on. He has to admit all the time, like, hey, yeah, the DNC is, it ain't it. It ain't been there for a while. And he sees the BS. And he admits it. He just keeps it real. But he keeps it at a funny nature, and he doesn't have TDS or just no super fan of no Trump. He ain't got to be no fan of no Trump at all. But you can see what's going on. You know what's right from right, wrong from wrong. Hey, tonight, I'm going to be on Let's Talk About It podcast, with Red Swift, the rapper, and leader of the Lock Band. I'll be on the podcast tonight at 9 p.m. It's called Let's Talk About It. I'll provide more information later on. I'll be on there at 9 o'clock tonight. But anyway, I'll get back with y'all a little later on. I'm having my bail bond banner. I'm going to put that up here in a little while. Put my degrees up to show you what I'm working with. But yeah. That's just me out here. I'll holler back at y'all a little later on. I'm out.